Do you also find it difficult to match an existing skin tone of your fodder? In this video I'll show you how I take care of that problem. And what the heck, I'm gonna show you how I paint both male and female eyes. Hit it! First I primed the heads and I prepared my wet palette. Little did I know that the making of this video would also teach me a valuable lesson in not cutting corners. A wet palette can be too wet. Disaster is imminent! I use Vexl Aquacolor, Houtfarbe and Hellgrau, no, not that hell, as base colors. First I start with painting the eyes. Oh no, not the eyes! There are multiple ways of painting the eyes, and I like to start with painting the sclera first, also known as the white of the eye. Next I use a bigger brush to paint the base layer of my skin tone, and I use this layer to clean up my eyes as well. Don't forget to paint the inside, come on. Just because no one will see it doesn't mean it shouldn't be painted, right? I like to use Vexl paint as a base coat, because I find they adhere as Inno paints do. I make sure to paint the base coat on all the details and every nook and cranny of the head, like the ears for instance. Don't forget the ears. I want to match this skin tone, so I have to put some more red in the mix. Now there are different ways of achieving the perfect skin tone. One for instance could determine the perfect mix and write the recipe down somewhere. I just create a gradient on my wet palette and I determine which mix is most suitable. To create a gradient, I pull two opposite lines on my wet palette. Because both lines don't contain equally amounts of paint, they create a gradient when they're mixed. Now all I have to do is to compare which part of the gradient fits the color I have to match best. As a test, you can even put a little bit of paint on it and repeat the process until you find the perfect match. Nailed it! You can use this trick for any color you want to match, not just skin tones. I can start to put the right color on the head and I keep checking if the colors still match. Nailed it! To finish the eyes, not the eyes, I like to use Vexl Aquacolor Tar Black, which is not that deep black, and a small brush to paint the eyelashes on the eyes, and the pupils as well. For some reason I'm way better at painting left eyes than right eyes, not sure why. But how do you make an eye look more feminine? For me the difference between a male eye and a female eye is one extra line. Painting eyes can be tricky, but there's no reason to be afraid of them. You didn't paint between the lines! That's not neat at all! What's screwed up with paint can be fixed with paint. That's right. By going back to the skin color, you can fix any mistakes you made. Or you can make the line of the eyelashes even thinner, which is an easy trick to make the eyes look very, very sharp. By going back and forward between the eyes and the skin tone, you can achieve a very clean look. Now all I have to do is some minor touch-ups. To add some realism to the head, I like to use the colors I already have on my wet palette to create some variety. On the lips and underneath the eyes for instance. I can easily fix any mistakes I make with my skin tone mix, which I have to keep checking of course. I like to paint the face first and the hair later. In this case I also have to paint a lot of details in Baroness's face, like her glasses for instance. But this is a video about mixing skin tone and painting eyes. Perhaps I will explain some of my hair and makeup painting techniques in a future video. Because I work with a wet palette, my skin tone mix stays good for a very long time. And I can use the paint also to clean up any other details. I like to put a lot of effort in painting heads, because in most cases they are the focal point of your custom. Sure, a good build and nice weapons are great, but the paint job of the head can make or break the entire image of the figure. And there you have it. Now you know how to mix any color you want to mix. I hope you liked the video and I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe. Bye bye, Joes. Bye bye.